What's up, everybody? I'm Crystal Lindsay, and I want to know, do you want to know the easiest way to get started going live? Do you want to be able to stop struggling and trying things that just aren't working? Look, again, I'm Crystal Lindsay, and I'm going to teach you the easiest way to get started using live video. Today, I'm at a presentation, so I won't be able to engage with every comment, but comment in and let me know if you have a question, and I will see if I can include that in this presentation. If not, I will respond by the end of the show. So, I will place you over here, my dear friends, on Facebook Live. And with that, let's go ahead and kick this off. So, I want to know, how many people are overwhelmed by the fact that social media is changing, right?
Yeah.
There's so much new platforms, so many new algorithm updates. How many people even knew the word algorithm before January 11th, okay? January 11th, everything changed for Facebook. Before, you had to pay money to get seen. It was called boosting a post, right? And so I would coach people and I say, okay, you're gonna pull down the people who know, like, and trust you, and you're gonna say, hey, Facebook, here's a great video or image, here's 20 bucks and a list of people who know me, right? That's called boosting your post. Now, since the January 11th algorithm update changed, what that means is if you don't pay and get comments, you won't get seen. I'm gonna say it again. Really slow down because this is the basis of everything we're talking about. If you pay Facebook for a post that is not getting good engagement, right? You're like, this one actually didn't get any likes. I should put money behind it. No, danger, danger, danger. If you put money behind a post that's not working, you will not only spend more on marketing, but you will hurt what's called your relevancy score. And that is what Facebook deems behind the scene. They deem how much organic reach you are going to get, or how much you're going to get when you pay them money. And so your reach, the number of people who are going to see your post, is dependent upon how much money you gave them and how many people commented on your broadcast. So think about it like this. If you are just paying money for a post that doesn't work and you keep putting money on it, it will get more and more expensive. Every $5 you'll get less people, okay? If your post is working and you say, this is my top performing post, I want to make it blow up, this is great, and you put $5 on it and people are commenting, for every $5 you'll get more people. Is this starting to make sense?
Yeah.
And that's because your relevancy score is going up. Go for it.
I have noticed some of my top performing posts, they'll say, do you want to boost this? It's doing well. Is that
Yes,
what they just
that's
did?
exactly it. So behind the scenes, they're saying, my algorithm shows that this post is important to your viewers and they're going to engage with this. Now, remember the name of the game. If social media is changing, there's one thing that is constant, and this is what's going to stay the same for the next 10 years. And that is, you have to get comments to get seen. You have to get comments to get seen. I'm going to say it 10 times over. You have to get comments to get seen, okay? So, how do you get comments? Well, let me tell you this. Live video gets 10 times as many comments as pre-recorded video. Pre-recorded video, just a regular, video, like a webinar you record and then you put up later on, will get 300 times more engagement than a still image. 300. 300%. So what you're looking at is essentially 3,000% more engagement for live video compared to a still image. So if you do pre-recorded video, you're getting there. Thumbs up, that's great. But if you want to put the gasoline on your social and you want to drive results, you need to go live. It's all about using video to create meaningful conversations, okay? And what's meaningful conversations actually mean? Well, this is, again, what I do through storytelling branding. I've created a whole course on this. This is something I'm passionate about. But in order to create value, you have to, one, figure out what's your top product or service that's driving your business. Anybody hear of Pareto's principles?
Yes.
Right, 80-20 rule? The idea is that 80% of your efforts are coming from, or 80% of your results is coming from 20% of your efforts, right? So if you really look at what's working, you can start eliminating what's not. Apply this to your business and say, honestly, yeah, maybe you hypothesize, but maybe you can look at your numbers and say, this one product or service is the entry point for pretty much all customers coming in. Okay, I know you do 10 things, that's okay. Find the one that's driving your business. And then I want you to think the next step. Okay, so so if this is my top product or service, then who's the ideal client profile that would find this product or service valuable? Okay, somebody who's a young mom, right? Or an artist, or whatever that is. Then I want you to take it one step further and say, what client have I worked with that I want 10 more just like that fit that profile? Okay? And then from there, you brainstorm out what were the questions they asked you, what were the questions they asked you when they first met you, what were the questions they asked you right before they signed, what were the questions they asked you during the onboarding process. Brainstorm out all those questions. Each one of those is a Facebook Live topic. It's a broadcast, right? So if you have a series of FAQs on your webpage, that's low-hanging fruit. So that's the easiest way to summarize how to create meaningful conversations. So if you're just going live, I had somebody tell me he does property management, I'm coaching him on how to do this. He says, I really like the structure. You know, I want to be at an event, for instance, doing continuing education and just go live about that. I said, okay, well, what are you going to share about continuing education? He says, I don't know, like who I met and what I learned and what I had for lunch or whatever. Everybody takes pictures of their food, right? It's like, okay, well, think about it like this. If you text your ideal client and your current client, what would you have to say to them that would make that a meaningful conversation about your continuing education, right? Well, you would have to share, oh, I just found out how this new law and regulation is going to help you save money or save time or be a better person, or I'm going to be more efficient at my job because now I have these tools and resources that I'm going to better help you. Is this starting to make sense? So don't talk about what you think is important. Talk about what your clients think is important. And don't try to be everything to everybody. Drill down to the one product or service that's driving your business, and then think about real people you've worked with and do a brainstorm on them. That is marketing 101. I haven't even got to the video part, but if you don't know that, I can't teach you anything else, right? You have to know that the number one point of Facebook is what? I got selfie. The point of Facebook, social media is changing, and now the point is to
Engage.
Comments.
Oh, you hear the specific word. Engage is close. But get comments. Congratulations.
She said it first.
Okay. So again, if you know you have to get comments, then how you get comments is by actually seeing what people care about, right? All right. We'll get to how to make it fun. Okay. So again, this is a really compelling statistic. So people say, well, why is video doing so well? Is it just that the algorithms are, making it preferred content and showing it more? Yeah, it's true. It is. But think about this statistic. People retain over 90% of information when they watch it in the video compared to 10% when it's written. So how hard, even if it was equal visibility on the newsfeed, how hard, how many stories, how many articles, how many blogs do you have to write to be able to get the equivalent of one video in telling your story, right? You have to be able to tell your story using video to get people to engage. Now, hopefully I've got you to understand the importance of live video. Any questions on why live video? Pretty straightforward, right? When you look at the statistics of the fact that it's being preferred, when you look at the statistics of how people are engaging in information, when you're looking at the statistics of the fact you need to tell your story, these all line up to Facebook Live. But then the question becomes, how do I actually do it?
We talk about live video, and I'm thinking about a webinar that is recorded.
Right.
So it was live at one point,
Yeah.
but now we're just replaying the recording of this live video. So we've got back and forth and interaction. Can you compare that to?
Fred, you, my friend, are where I live. I live in the space of how do you, okay, so now you create this incredible video asset. What can we do with it? And the answer is, you should put it as a blog on your website. Get it to YouTube first, right? Because it's owned by who? Who owns YouTube? Google. And every word that comes out of your mouth is transcribed by Google, okay? So get it on YouTube so you get credit for SEO, then put that onto your blog on your website, then put it on all your channels, run Facebook ads on it. The sky's the limit. That's what I do for a living. That is my life. So that is the end goal. But to get the initial kickoff, the big marketing push, is to do it live. And I actually do a podcast where I record it live, and then I edit down the version of the audio later on, but I have the live video to kick off, which is a big marketing asset for marketing push.
Can you get live video on YouTube from Facebook?
Yeah, you can do live video on YouTube. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've got a good story about that actually. let me tell the story on YouTube because I want to open up the doors. We're talking Facebook Live, and I'm going to say Facebook Live 100 times because 9 out of 10 people in the room only know Facebook Live. But the reality is I go live on Thursdays on YouTube, and I go live on Tuesdays on Facebook. Now, YouTube is more for longer form content. Facebook is for shorter, family-friendly content, right? So I do Tech Tuesday, quick tips on Tuesday on Facebook, long, full strategy, how do I live stream seminars on YouTube.
How many viewers are you generating from these live Facebook feeds?
This is another good question. The magic is in the replay. So you can have 3 to 5 viewers. Like right now I have 4 people. Shout out to my 4 people. Hello, hello. I will absolutely get you the PowerPoint presentation. And Carol, I'll absolutely give you some content on how to make your real estate videos fun. So right now I only got 4 people on there, okay? But I will end up with over 3,000
Now,
viewers.
are these people hardcore followers of yours? Or are they?
Special shout out, comment below, who's watching, let me know. Hello, Yusuf, hello. Let me know if you're a hardcore follower. We're up to 5 now. So again, it doesn't matter if you have 1 person, 5 people on your broadcast, you boost it afterwards and you can get several thousand views, so it doesn't matter. But I'm gonna go straight to YouTube and then jump into the how-tos. So anybody here Gary Vee?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Love Gary Vee.
Yeah, they all know Gary
Love
Vee.
it. Yes, go Jets. Okay. I'm a big Gary Vee fan. I just did a 5-part book club, translated his Crushing It book into how to apply that to live video. It's on my YouTube if you want to see it. Now, I went live on YouTube talking about Gary Vee, kind of hijacking his audience, right? You know, I wanted to like talk about Gary Vee because everybody who talks about Gary Vee would be a good candidate for me, okay?
Yeah.
Now, people who had hundreds of thousands of views, hundreds of thousands of followers, showed up below me on the first page because I went live. Let that sink in. I'm humble enough to say I just started working on my YouTube. I've got like, I think 70 videos up there now, but it's just this year I started on my YouTube. I mean, I've got like 50 followers. Please subscribe to my YouTube. I have top content and I give away free products, so please, a lot. But anyways, with that, I'm humble to say I'm just starting out on YouTube. I got in front of people who had several 100,000 views or several 100,000 followers because I went live when I did it. You see what I mean? And then I pulled down my content, I sent it to my email in case you missed it and sent it out, and I'm getting leads every single time through my email marketing or through the YouTube. So it's the moment you go live, it's an event, it's exciting, anything can happen so people show up. But the reality is the money is in the repurposing, right? So Fred, you nailed it, right? So absolutely want to repurpose it, but going live on YouTube is powerful. So a couple of people I've talked to already said that Facebook isn't a big part of their strategy yet. And it's hard if Facebook is my biggest part of my advertising budget, like tenfold, right? So if you're not ready to spend money on Facebook, don't make a page. I can't tell you not to, but Gary Vee'd be mad at me. But the reality is if you're not spending money, it's not your core pillar channel. If you're not ready for that, but you want the SEO results, go live on YouTube, or go live on Twitter, or go live on Insta. Pick the channel that's most important to your viewers, and you can go live there. So again, we're talking all these principles today, with the exception of shoot sideways, I'll talk about that, apply to any channel. And I'll try to give a couple caveats, but I'm staying in the Facebook Live lane today. Oh, we're up to 6. Hey everybody, special shout out, hello to all of the classroom, Hassan says, absolutely. Hi Jacob. Okay, so with that, first things first, the question I've been asked a million times is, do I need a script? Do I need slides to be able to go live? Or do I just go live, right? First of all, let me tell you, you need a script. Or slides, it doesn't matter. But if you just go live, my first live I did, I just turned on the camera. I had the same client, I had 3 clients that week that all asked me the same question. So I felt really inspired to tell the story, right? So I got online, and I was just sitting at my desk, my arm was kind of shaking, you know, as I'm trying to stabilize the camera. And I was just talking, you know, all these great things that happened, and this is my advice, and this is what I shared, and I was just pouring my heart out to the camera. And I kind of rambled, right? And I was like, over here a little, and then over here, and I didn't know how to wrap it up. I had no call to action. It created no leads for me, right? I was just deer in headlights and kind of like making the most of it. And obviously, clearly, I like to ad lib and I like to be funny. So I went with it, but the bottom line was it was not a marketing asset that created leads. So you can go live without a script, but don't think that's what's going to generate leads. If you want to generate leads, you need to use the best practices. Again, start with, do you want this goal? Do you have this challenge? I'm going to teach you those 3 steps. For example, I worked with a client who, storytelling branding, had these problems, And then specifically when they met me, I did these things, and now their life is better because of these reasons. And if you're struggling with that also, then I want to help you. Give me a call directly at. That's a formula. I have pre-made slides. I'll give them to you. Just send me an email, whatever. So the reality is there's a format to go through that generates leads. I've read so much research on how to make effective Facebook Live. So regardless if you use my format or yours, take the time to be thoughtful about what problem are you solving, how are you helping your clients win the day and transform their lives, and clear steps, under 4 steps on how you're going to help them, and have a clear call to action at the end, and ideally show an example of a case study. Next thing up, once you have your format, you say, okay, I'm ready to go live. So I'm just going to hold it at my desk with my arms shaking, right? No, that's correct. I like that. She said that. No, don't do it. So exactly, what you need to do here is be able to have a nice tripod with a cell phone adapter. And in this case, I have an iPad adapter. Hi, honey. That's my husband. He's leaving a nice comment. So you'll see here, in this case over here, there's actually I did a tripod with a cell phone adapter. And this holds your cell phone sideways. Works with, I have an iPhone 7 Plus, works with the bigger phone. It just stretches up. You set your phone sideways, no big deal. Now, I say shoot sideways because Facebook Live and YouTube Live, you should be shooting sideways. But let's say, shout out to Jen and Instagram, if you're gonna do Insta Live, you should do it vertical. So how do you do it vertical? Get this iPad mount and just put your phone vertical and collapse it in and holds it. But figure out a way to stabilize your camera. You can also go live from your desktop and have it on, if you have a good, like, lift it up, put on some books or something. So up is everybody's best angle. Let's start there, okay? Up is everyone's best angle. If you're at all concerned about aging or you just want to look good on camera, up is your best angle. So get your books out or get your, raise your screen up if you're going to go live. But stabilize your camera, stabilize your phone, and be able to go live. The 3 components you need here is lighting, lighting, tripod, and audio are the 3 main categories. I kind of loop in the adapter part into the tripod, okay? Which one of those do you think is least important? I've got a giveaway.
Oh, say it again? Question?
Lighting, tripod, and audio. If one had to go, which one has to go?
Audio.
Who said that?
Audio.
I heard audio over here first, but everybody said it together.
So you're saying audio is the first to go?
Yes. Isn't that shocking?
Yeah, it is.
It is shocking. Let me give you another
There's so many videos that I quit the minute the audio stops.
What channel are you on?
YouTube.
Ah,
if I don't
my
like the way
friend.
they're talking and it sounds like they're in like the submarine or
Yeah,
something.
no,
I'm
no.
just like, wow.
Again, I'm staying in the Facebook Live lane today.
Okay.
For Facebook Live, let me give you a statistic. 80% of videos are watched without sound. Yeah, because
Wow,
I've
that's
seen it as
amazing.
high as 96.
So Facebook Live 80% without sound.
80% on the conservative side is watched without sound. Let that sink in. So if you're in a loud environment and you're like, I don't know if the audio is going to be good. Like right now, I was just kicking myself when she was introducing me. Oh, I'm up to 8. Hey, everybody. When you are getting ready, and I was just standing here, and Alex was saying, okay, Crystal's going to go live. I looked and I thought, oh, crap, I don't even have any audio hooked up. And I was like, I'm the professional. I got to put some audio in there. And I realized 80% of the people aren't going to click on it anyways. They're just going to see it. They'll watch the subtitles. They're not going to hear my voice. So let that sink in. Don't let it stop you and stall you out. Don't let perfectionism kill the momentum you're building. You need some type of lighting. If you have an open window like this, position your desk in front of it. Don't have direct light, indirect light. Will be your friend, or umbrella lighting, or a selfie light. Okay, those are kind of your 3 main options. For audio, you have what I call the iRig mic. Looks like a little handheld, comes right off, right? This is about 120. It's not too much. And then we have the basic lapel mic that you clip on and you plug in. So the kit I'm giving has a dual lapel mic, so you can have 2 people on camera. And this plugs right into your iPad. Now I'm moving too much, so I would need my extender cables, which are about another $20. But the bottom line is it's all very affordable. You can get the $120 for the iRig mic. For the lapel mic, you're looking at anywhere from 16 to 60, kind of in that range. And then that's the most expensive part, really. The tripod you can get for like 20 bucks, 12 bucks, 50 bucks, 100 bucks, depending on how much you want to spend. This thing is $9. This cell phone adapter is like $4 bucks. I mean, these are pennies, right? But take the time to stabilize your phone, get your lighting right, and get your audio. Because when you repurpose it to YouTube, people will leave your video if the audio is not good. So in Facebook, if let's say this audio was so not good because I was like running around and too far away or whatever, I'd keep it on Facebook and boost it and put subtitles, but I would not put it on YouTube, right? I would still send it out in my email marketing. Okay, the next thing is select your best audio object. We already talked about that. Write a compelling video description. I have a course called Checklist and a Post because that's what you need to go live, is checklist and a post. Don't try to figure it out on your own. I've got the checklist I've already made for you. It walks you through what you do the week before, the hour, the day before, the hour before, 15 minutes before. It's all done.
What
I can
about
get
when
you.
you're on location? You don't have a script. You're on location somewhere. You want to go live.
If you want to go live on location, you just pour your heart out. Go for it. This is what I'm talking about here is how to create video assets to repurpose for leads. But you can absolutely just go live and just pour your heart out. That's going to be an option. But even if you're going to just go live and pour your heart out, have your post already written. What is the first part of a good post?
Description.
Close. What's the first part of a post? I did in my intro. Close, close. You're going to help them solve a problem, which means they have a goal. A goal. What goal do they have? So you say, do you want this goal? Question mark. Are you struggling with this problem? Question mark. I'm going to help you because of this. Period. Clear call to action. Click on the video or share the video or tag them, whatever you want them to do. Okay, that's the trick. But just have it already written. Your blood, look, when I go live, my heart starts pumping. It's natural. I go live 10 times minimum every week. But the reality is my heart starts pumping. So just take the time, if you know you're going to go live, just write the quick post beforehand. The next thing is say shoot for 20 or 30 minutes. How many people were with me until they read that? And they were like, I'm out. Huh? Anybody? Anybody? The reality, right? The reality is if you go live for 2 to 3 minutes and you just stop and you say it didn't work, it's your own fault. Studies show that it takes 7 minutes minimum for somebody to get the notification, get out of their car, or like leave the dentist's office or whatever they're doing, and then click on the video. So you have to kill about 5 to 7 minutes in that first part. You can talk to greet people and engage with them. You could use a short story about the lead and just say, if you're watching this in replay, please go ahead and fast forward to about the 5-minute mark, and I'll jump right into the content, right? But just take that time to warm up. Sometimes I jump right into it. When you watch my strategy seminars, I engage with people, as you can see, but I'm not waiting that 5 to 7 minutes. I've got 30 minutes of content. Jump in when you jump in, So if that's you, go for it. But if you want to go live and get off as soon as possible, just engage, have a little, something prepared, engage with them, and then stay on for 20 minutes. 15 to 20 minutes is the sweet spot for peak engagement. I say go for 30 if you can, but that's really more of a YouTube scenario. If you're going live on YouTube, you can go live for 30 minutes to an hour. Why not? But Facebook, you should keep it short, about 15 to 20 minutes. Always shoot sideways again. YouTube as well as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram are going to be vertical. And then boost pay to play. Again, we're talking Facebook Live here. The minimum you should be paying to boost a non-video asset, just an image, is $9. $9, 7 days is about $1 a day. It's not going to make miracles happen, especially just an image, but you will see a peak in engagement. Then if you have a pre-recorded video, minimum I would say is about $13, maybe $15 to be able to get some engagement. Again, don't put money behind stuff that's not working. You will kill your relevancy score. So if you did go live and you took the time to have a script, stabilize your camera, select the best audio, you wrote a good post, you should boost that for a minimum of $25. If you're not boosting it, you're creating a photo gallery, okay? It does send out a simple push notification and say that you're live to all of your followers. Maybe you only have 100 of them, right? So then maybe 10 of them see it. I mean, again, it's all sales funnel here. So you just want to create as big a splash as possible, promote it beforehand, sure, but always boost afterwards. If you don't take the time to boost it, you won't be able to see the results you're looking for. Now, I'm looking at my time here, and I want to be able to get to the point. I've already gone through everything else in the slide. So you want to get it right? Lighting, tripod, and audio. We already talked about that. We went through the options, right? Lighting, we talked indirect selfie umbrella, and then down here, this is the wireless. Bluetooth wireless is not recommended for Facebook Live. There have been significant problems with feedback and such. So I am not supporting and promoting a wireless mic. If you have one that works, I'm very curious. I do not have one that has gotten good reviews yet. Okay, and then we talked about your tripod options. Now, this Osmo, I don't know how to do the red one, but the Osmo here is like the granddaddy of live video. You hold it, it's a gimbal selfie stick, and you walk around like this.
DJI makes it.
Yeah, DJI, love it. And it's like, they take first of all, they do 9 images every millisecond and blend it together into a panoramic wraparound video with built-in audio. It used to cost $300. I can get it for like 179 bucks. It's the most expensive thing, but it is the best. No Blair Witch Project, go live outside. It's incredible, go for it.
Wireless.
Yes.
I had issues on my Go Live because I was upstairs and the wireless was downstairs, and I didn't have enough bandwidth in the afternoon. So everybody got online in my neighborhood.
Yeah. So this is good. So one thing that I have neglected to emphasize here, and I think I will replace this bullet point with, is Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi. So today, this iPad in particular has its own cell service. That's why I'm using this one. Hi, Francisco. So you want to make sure that you are, in fact, using something that has its own cell service. Now, I like this iPad because nobody's going to call me on it. Okay, so then the problem comes, well, if you put your phone in don't disturb mode, guess what? That only works when you lock it. And you can't go live when you close it and lock your phone. So then you're like, well, how do I do it? You can go on airplane mode, and then connect to Wi-Fi source, but don't try to connect to a public Wi-Fi source, right? So you want to have your own hotspot. So I have a hotspot on my phone, and I carry this iPad with me as a backup hotspot. So I can always, if I'm going live on my phone, I will connect it to this hotspot. So it'll have my cell service, and it'll have the backup over here on the hotspot on my iPad. Do never rely on public Wi-Fi. It will fail you. And if it doesn't fail you, it will give you very low quality video, so you cannot repurpose it to YouTube, for example, because it looks pixelated. So just take the time to make sure you have good Wi-Fi. If you can connect to your own router, that is always superior. I got a really souped up router at my office, so I can go live on multiple channels now at the same time. And I highly encourage, if you're going to be going live on a regular basis, get your own router, you plug it into the wall, and you don't have to compete for Wi-Fi. Because peak times does affect your video bandwidth. Okay, so we already talked about, if you want to get it right, lighting, tripod, and audio. My question is, who wants to get it right and go live with me right now? So first one, Amy, come on up.
He's done this before.
No, well, one time I didn't.
Okay, so do you have your phone, or are you an admin on your Facebook page? Would you like to go live on your page? We can do mine as well, whichever.
I think that.
Is your phone charged? That's another good point here. Always make sure one of the to-dos on the Facebook Live checklist the night before, make sure you charge your phone fully. It really drains your battery. You think, oh, I've got 60%, I'm good. No, you're not. 60% is like the bare minimum. Maybe if you go live for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but it drops really fast. How are you doing? Okay, that looks like about 70%. We're good. We're good. All right, and is this your page?
Yes, my business page.
Okay. So in order to actually go live, what we're going to do is we are going, actually, how should we do this? Let's see.
You just want to use yours, that's fine.
Well,
So this is good because you're teaching us with her Facebook page. I think it's great.
okay, good, good. Lord. My
I
only
think it's a
concern
good
is that
idea.
up is everybody's best angle, and this is not up enough for me.
I need,
Yeah. All right, so here we go.
Unfortunate, I could sit.
How can we do this?
Yeah, why don't you guys sit?
I love your problem-solving skills. Thank you. Okay, so let's go ahead. We'll sit here so that everybody doesn't have to be on camera in case you want to speak. So let's go ahead and come up here. What are we going to use to prop into the pop in the first 3 seconds? What's your business?
I'm a personal trainer, and I work with people over 50.
Use your water bottle.
As
Woo!
a
Yeah.
prop.
What's the FAQ you get about the water?
Oh,
How much water should I be drinking?
yeah.
Right.
Some people get get cramps if they don't drink enough water. And you
So
don't.
let's talk about that. Okay, so first things first, for you iPhone users like myself, make sure the circle button is on the left. So it
Circle
does not,
button on the left.
yeah, so it does not lock it into, sometimes you'll get like a vertical video and it's on its side and it's ugly. Just put it on the left. If you have it locked, also it won't work. Is yours locked for the portrait mode?
No.
That doesn't look up, isn't up shooting
Oh,
up?
could it be
Yeah.
locked for portrait mode? Might be. I don't, it doesn't look like it's on.
Means the camera's higher than.
Yeah, it's still higher than camera. The thing is you just don't want to do this.
Lower the chair.
So in this case, we're, yeah, let's see.
There you go.
So you want the camera pointing down on you.
Yeah, so, well, and you want technically, think of it as turtle, okay? I had a photographer tell me it's called turtle. And you put your chin out just enough. You don't want to be doing this, it looks weird, okay? But you want your chin out just a hair. Okay,
The turtle mode.
yeah, go into turtle mode. So, and this works for photos too. When you have to pose, stick your chin out just a hair. It makes you look really good. Okay, so in this case, we're on her page, and I'm just going to hit the publish.
Really bad. Really good. Turtle mode. Hashtag turtle mode, guys.
There you go.
Turtle or turtle.
Oh, yeah. Everything's such good ideas. Okay, we can't lose my viewers. Okay, so let's go over here. We're gonna go right here. Ha! All right. So, yes, ladies, apply the lipstick. Very important step. Okay, and so we just went to publish. So just like you're gonna make an update, you just click on publish. Once you click on publish, there's a red little camera that'll come up that says live video. Then you click here, right? Allow microphone access, so I'm gonna say allow. And now we're going to go ahead and turn that on.
Is she getting notifications sent to all of her followers, or so they're all going to get some kind of a notification that she's live?
That was the sexy part of Facebook Live when it first started, was that it sent this free push notification to all your followers. Now it's kind of diluted based on your relevancy score, so it's not a one-for-one like you would imagine it would be. But they do send out to the people who are engaging with your content, and then let them know that you are live.
Very cool. Yeah, I think that's the same with YouTube too, because sometimes I stop watching them and I'm not getting them as frequently.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
get a notification on it.
This is a key thing, by the way, I want to point out. If we had this in portrait mode, up and down, and then we hit go live, and then we flipped it, and then we put it up here, it would be locked in portrait mode. So you want to make sure when you hit the live, hit the red button. It's not going to go live. It looks red, like go live. Just wait. You got to still hit one more button, and it'll look like this. So you'll have a blue button on the side, and then it's giving you some options for some funny kind of smileys, okay? So in this case, we're going to add some text here. Do you ever wonder how